Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to explain to you what a no subject offer is, and I'm going to give you some ideas in terms of what you should look for or think about before potentially proceeding with a no subject offer. If you're new to the channel, my name is Hasan Juma. I'm a real estate agent in Vancouver, and I create these videos to help you in your buying or selling journey. Before I get started, I want to be really clear, and I feel like I need to give this disclaimer, is through this video, I'm not telling you that you should write a no subject offer. Anytime you're going to do something that has that level of risk, you should talk to professionals surrounding you, whether it's legal advice, obviously your mortgage broker, etc. But what I am going to do is I'm going to give you some ideas of things you need to look for or look into prior to making that decision. So without wasting any more time, let's get rolling. So what is a no subject offer? So typically when you're writing an offer that has subjects, you're writing an offer on a property and you're basically saying, look, I'm intending to purchase your property, but before I give the official green light, I want to make sure that my financing is solid. I want to make sure that I've done an inspection and I'm happy with the condition of the home. I want to review the strata insurance. I want to review the title of the property. There's all of these different contingencies or subjects that we can place into an offer. And what it allows you to do is it allows you to agree on a price first and then work through a period of time to make sure all your ducks are in a row before you actually give the official green light. Now, when you're writing a no subject offer, you're essentially saying, no, I'm not just intending to buy your property, I am buying your property. So when you sign this offer, the home is officially sold. You're not giving yourself any opportunity or time for contingencies, again, for financing, for inspection. You're basically saying to the seller that once you agree to this price, we have a deal, I'm purchasing your property. Now, the first thing you might be thinking is why would you do something like that? Obviously, it carries a lot of risk. Well, I'll allude to our current market here in Vancouver. The market, especially for detached homes, is absolutely bonkers and nuts right now. We're seeing properties that are having 20, 30, 40 offers, 100 plus showings. In these scenarios, if you put yourself in the shoes of a seller, there's a good chance you're going to lean towards an offer that doesn't have these contingencies, that is essentially no subjects, meaning that once you sign on it, you're good to go. You sold your home. And to be honest, for buyers, it's a really unfortunate scenario right now to be put in a position where they feel the need to carry on more risk to get into the housing market for whatever reason it is that they need to move. They're in a position now where they're putting themselves in a greater position of risk. And that's why I wanted to create this video. Again, not to advise you to write a no subject offer, but just to ensure that you do certain things before considering going down that road. And I'm going to jump to it right now. So the first thing that I would say, the most critical thing, is obviously the financing element of purchasing a property. Now, not all of us have $500,000 or $1 million, $1.5 million in our pocket cash, where if we don't get financing from a bank, we can just use that money to complete on a property. So whenever you are deciding to write a no subject offer, for most people, their first priority is locking down their financing, having a good idea that they're going to get the financing that they're looking for. Typically, you may be working with a bank as your lender or a mortgage broker, but you'll of course want to speak to them before committing to any sort of no subject offer. And one of the things with mortgage brokers and lenders is they can't give you a full financing approval until you have an accepted offer. So it's a little bit of a chicken and the egg scenario, because you can't have the accepted offer in this scenario that we're talking about without writing it with no subjects. There is some stuff you can do. Obviously, you have all of your tax documents, your income documents to your mortgage broker. They'll also want to review the MLS listing or review the property as best they can. They'll probably ask a lot of questions about the property. Is there an oil tank on the property? Has the plumbing been upgraded? The electrical? You may be able to provide them information on the current insurance on that, who it's through, that policy. You want to do as much homework as you can, and the mortgage broker is going to ask you for a lot of things to be able to give you a potential green light on the financing side that this is a property that you can potentially write a no subject offer on. Now, the other thing a mortgage broker might do is they might say, look, I can't give you a firm approval right now. this is what's going to happen in the best case scenario, and that might be lending, getting funding from an A lender like a big bank. Here's what's going to happen if we don't get that through a B lender. And worst case scenario, I have a private lender. Your interest rate might be 10, 11%. It's not ideal, but if you're considering writing a no subject offer, you have to have a plan B and a plan C, especially for the money. Again, if you already have, if you're lucky enough to have that kind of cash in your pocket that you could pay for it, we're not even having this discussion right now. But again, first of all, make sure you have your financing in check. Make sure you get guidance from a professional in terms of your financing, again, as a first step to consider potentially writing a no subject offer. Second thing that I would do, and you can do this even in a busy market, when you're purchasing a property and you're writing with a contingency, it can kind of suck to not have the opportunity to do an inspection. However, having said that, most listing agents and sellers would encourage you to do an inspection prior to purchasing the property, prior to actually submitting your offer. So what does that mean on your end? It's a risk of a few $100s, whether it's $300 or $600, depending on the type of property. Yes, you're investing that money before you even know whether you're going to win the property. But you know what? In this type of market, again, busy market, it happens all the time. And wouldn't you rather do that due diligence and move forward with your offer? And even if you didn't win it, again, you're spending $500, $600, and it sucks to spend that kind of money, but you're protecting yourself. And that's critically important. The only other option you have if you need to write a no subject offer is not doing the inspection at all. And you might spend that money and do the inspection, and you might find something that's going to turn you off of the home. In the life cycle or the duration of a mortgage or an investment into a home, $500 or $600 is nothing, considering you may be paying a mortgage for 25 or 30 years, the amount of interest you might pay. So again, this is something that you can do that's going to protect you. Is you can ask the listing agent and the seller, say, hey, look, I plan to submit an offer on this property. I want to make it clean. Can I do an inspection before? And again, most sellers and listing agents are going to be very, very happy to hear that. Now, the next thing that you want to do if you're considering writing a no subject offer is you want to look at the insurance of the home. Make sure that the home obviously is insurable. Essentially what you're doing when you write an offer with no contingencies is you're satisfying the subjects before you even write the offer. So the next one again is that insurance policy. You want to make sure that the home is insurable, because if for whatever reason it's not insurable, no one's going to lend on it. And not even a private lender typically is going to lend on something that's not non-insurable, because think of their risk level. If something were to happen, I mean, that's lost money, right? So insurance is critically important, and it's as important as mortgage. If you can't get insurance, you can't get the mortgage, you can't get the funding, and you're going to be stuck in a really, really tough position if you write a no subject offer and you haven't looked into the insurance contingency before proceeding with the offer. Now, the last tip I'm going to give you here, again, if you're considering writing this type of an offer, and to be honest with most of my clients, I don't condone writing this type of an offer unless my client is in a position to do so and we've gone through all the checks and balances. The last tip I'm going to give you is always with any sort of contract, get legal advice. Don't just listen to me and go out there and start throwing out no subbies or no subject offers. Don't do that. Speak to a lawyer, get legal advice so you understand what could happen if you write a no subject offer and you're unable to complete on that property. And it can and it does happen out there, but you really need to know what the repercussions are of making an incorrect decision so that you know that you have to take care of these contingencies beforehand as best you can. So you're going to be liaising with 3 or 4 professionals, home inspector, mortgage broker, insurance agent, and a lawyer as well to help you understand that, look, this may be the repercussion should you not be able to complete. Again, I hate scenarios like this. I hate that our buyers today are being put in these types of positions, but I really wanted to make this video because I'm seeing a lot of clients and buyers that are maybe putting themselves in riskier positions than they normally would just to get into a market that's just piping hot. So I hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, I'd love it if you could like and subscribe. Again, if you're buying or selling real estate in the Vancouver area and you need some help, I would love to help you out. All my contact info is below in the description. And again, thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.